Hi folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print, and we're going back to the Ewoks series today to talk about two issues, issues 5 and 6. These will be in September of 1985 in terms of coverage. Now, these stories are, of course, by David Manak, and you can find them in the omnibus Droids and Ewoks. This is probably going to be the best way for you to get your hands on these things, as it collects them all. Now, this is issue 5 here of the Ewoks series, and this is the very first time we have Star Wars cartoons at this point in time. Ewoks has officially begun to air on TV, which of course now you can watch it on Disney Plus, and Droids is now on there as well. So now you actually have cartoons that go with these stories, or that these can tie into. Droids has not begun yet at this point in the chronology. So there's 3 parts to this story. The overall title of this issue is called The Terrible Machine. And so Shaka and Plafu find these alien woodsmen. And they're kind of like these elephants mixed with like triceratops. And basically they have found these creatures that are kind of stampeding the woods to harvest trees. And so the Ewoks, and this will be, of course, Wicket and Nissa, find Dury, this little creature who is lost, and so they're trying to help him. He's lost his mom, and his mom was captured by these woodsmen. And so ultimately, of course, they deal with them. They're, the kiddo's reunited with his mom, and it all ends happy. And oh, there they go. See, they're all together. It's all happy. Everyone's okay. And it kind of ends with like that. Let's go home. Kind of a straightforward issue. Number 6 is kind of unique, I guess, because it's called the Ice Demon. And when I think of the planet or the forest moon of Endor, I do not think of ice or an ice demon. And yet here we are. Wicket ends up stealing Logray's staff. But of course, Wicket gets captured, and so Logray has to basically be like, "Oh, you're full of a took," and then of course has to go save them, because he better not mess with voodoo, because if you mess with voodoo, you can summon ice and an ice demon, and it just doesn't goes well. So a lot of these stories, again, because they're meant for kids, a lot of these stories have morals to them. Don't steal is basically the moral of this. That's pretty much the thing here. Of course, Logray comes in, he melts the ice demon, and that's pretty much it. Both are odd tales, but again, they're meant to be there for kids. That's really what these things are. So, are these 2 issues, are they essential to your Star Wars reading? No. I think that's fairly obvious. These are not essential. All of the Droids and Ewoks really aren't super essential. But honestly, again, it's a great way to introduce Star Wars maybe to younger audiences by reading these. That's what they were intended for. Having little ones, they might be interested in that. Especially, having a kid now myself, he gets a little bit older. He watches the Ewok and Droid shows, and maybe he likes them. Hey, this is kind of a cool gateway into the EU. But, for modern EU fans and EU readers, there's really nothing really to get here from that. They're fun tales, and especially if you grew up with them, in the 80s, maybe you have some nostalgia for it. But for me personally, I just don't think they're all that in a bag of chips. But hey, that's just me. So folks, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library.